Welcome to Emperor Studio. Step inside, feel the vibe with James the Chimp.
Welcome back to Emperor Studio.
Yeah.
I am James the Chimp, your host, and today's topic is still on addiction. We have a special guest today, Dr. Sienna, all the way from Australia.
Yeah.
And Sienna, thank you for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me, James.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
I am excited to talk about this important topic.
Yeah. Sienna, we would love to hear from you about the challenges that young people face with addiction and why it happens.
Addiction is not a joke. It
Yep.
is a brain disease that hijacks your reward system and makes people believe harmful substances are safe.
Yeah.
So you mean overcoming this is not just about controlling yourself?
Yeah.
Can you help us understand this better?
Willpower alone cannot fight a brain that has been rewired.
Yeah.
When drugs flood your brain with dopamine, it becomes much harder to make safe choices. Your brain thinks this substance is more important than water, food, and even more important than survival itself.
That is very deep. Is it more important
Mm-hmm.
than family and other things that really matter in life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even more important than your own family.
Yes.
Addiction changes the way the brain works.
Yes.
And this is why it can be very harmful to people.
That is concerning to think about. How does the brain actually change
Yeah.
when someone develops an addiction?
The nucleus accumbens, which is the brain's reward center, gets overloaded and dopamine levels rise to very high levels.
The brain then adjusts to expect these high levels all the time, which can create a harmful cycle of dependence.
So the brain adapts to the drug.
Mm-hmm.
What changes happen next as someone continues using it?
This leads to tolerance, meaning over time, a person needs more of the substance to feel the same effects. It also leads to dependence, and without the substance, the brain's chemistry can become unbalanced.
So that is when withdrawal symptoms happen as the body reacts to the absence of the substance. Is that correct?
Withdrawal can bring strong cravings and physical discomfort and emotional stress, which makes it very difficult to stop without proper support.
So what steps should someone take if they are struggling with addiction, and where should they begin?
First, it is important to understand this is not a moral failure. Second, getting help as soon as possible is necessary. Changing your environment completely can help reduce triggers and make it easier to stay on track.
Change their environment. Can you explain what that means in more detail?
You cannot fight a rewired brain if you stay in the same place where it was wired, and you need to remove yourself from old habits and environments that trigger it. The same people, places, and triggers can pull you back. And so having a new environment gives you a better chance to stay on track and make progress.
What kind of professional help should someone seek when they are struggling with addiction and need guidance?
They can seek help through medical detox programs and therapy, support groups, and counseling, which all provide guidance and support. A combination of treatments usually works best because recovery is different for everyone and there is no one-size-fits-all journey.
What about friends who say, just stop? That must be very frustrating for someone who is trying to recover.
Friends often do not understand because the part of the brain that controls decisions becomes weaker while the part that drives cravings becomes stronger.
So it is not that simple.
Yeah.
Can you give us an analogy that helps people understand this better?
It is like telling someone with an injured leg to just walk properly when the problem is real and it takes time, care, and treatment to recover.
How long does recovery usually take, and what should people realistically expect over time?
It varies for each person, but healing in the brain can take months and sometimes even years, depending on the situation. The longer someone has used the substance, the longer recovery can take, which is why patience and consistency are very important.
Those are powerful words. And Sienna, do you have any final message for our listeners to take away from this discussion?
To those who are struggling, recovery is possible, but it requires professional help, time, and support from people who understand. You need a complete change of environment and habits, and it is important to surround yourself with positive influences and not fight this battle alone.
Thank you, Sienna, for sharing this important message with us today. It has been truly enlightening and very helpful for our listeners. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, it is important to seek professional help and support so you are not facing this challenge alone. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and comment your thoughts in the comment section so we can continue the conversation. Subscribe to Emperor Studio on YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms. And remember that recovery is possible. Until next time, stay strong and stay blessed.
Thank you for joining Emperor Studio today. with James the Chimp leading the way. Ideas shared, knowledge gained, stories told, insights obtained. As the show comes to a close, let the learning and laughter flow. Stay inspired, keep your dreams in sight. Emperor Studio guides your night.